Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Kristen, and this is Lazy Days Budgets. And today I'm going to be doing my first budget with me. So, hope you guys enjoy. This is going to be for the month of April 2026. This right here is just my what's due bills sheet so I can keep track of everything. So I'm just going to start writing everything down that's due from the first of the month to the end of the month. I've got my bills category, my debt, and then my savings. So my main source of income, 25% of my paycheck automatically gets direct deposited into my high yield savings account, and that happened on 3/20. And that was $382. And then up here in my bills on the first, I've got my land payments at $500. I've got my electric, and it's $186. Next up is my trash service. I live out in the country, and that's $35.50. And that usually runs the same for every month. On the second, I've got life insurance for $116.80. And I also have my home and auto, if I could spell, and that is $427.94. After that, on the 4th, I have my phone and internet, and I don't know the amount of that just yet. It hasn't posted yet. On the 7th, I have my first Apple for $2.99. On the 12th, I have my water, and that has not posted yet. The 13th, I have my other Apple for $2.99. And then on the 16th, I have my truck payment at $700. Okay. And then down to my debt. Move you out of the way. On the 1st, I have my Discover. On the 9th, Credit One. On the 10th, Capital One. And on the 19th, Capital One. So my Discover has a 0 balance. My Credit One has a balance of $1,331.47. My first Capital One has a balance of $276.21. And then my other Capital One has a balance of $1,632.96. So obviously my Discover does not have a payment due this month. Credit One is a $65. This Capital One is going to get paid off, and this one has not posted yet. So now that I have that done, I can go ahead and I am paid bi-weekly. So I'm going to do my bi-weekly paycheck budget next. And this is going to be, I'm going to move this off to the side. So my paycheck budget that I'm doing for this video is going to be from March 20th through April 2nd. Move out of the way just a minute. And income 1, income 2, and income 3. Okay, so my payroll, my primary source of income, that was $1,528. And again, 382 of this I will record down here. That's already been deposited into my high yield savings account. Income 2 was $994. And then income 3 will come after the first. I have some rental property that they'll pay rent, so I'm not going to include that here. It'll be on my next paycheck budget. So I've got the 1528 plus the 994 gives me a total of $2,522. Hopefully that's still in frame. Maybe not. Sorry. I guess I need to. My setup is not the best. I'll get it better sooner or later. Okay, and so what I like to do here, I'm trying to get it to where 45% of my income goes to bills, 15% to expenses, 10% to debt, 10% to sinking, and 20% to savings. So I like to just write down what those totals are. So the 2,522 times 0.45, that would make me $1,134.90 that I could allocate towards bills. Then over here for expenses times 0.15, that gives me $378.30 to expenses. And then 0.10, so that gives me $252.20 to debt, and also with sinking funds. And then 20%, that gives me $504.40 that I can allocate to savings. Now, we did our bills of what's due, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in my bills section. For the first, I have my land payments, and that's $500. I have electric, and that is $186. I have my trash service, that's $35.50, and I'm only writing down the bills that have to be paid within the March 1st to April 2nd timeline. And then on the second, I have my life insurance and my home and auto. Life insurance is $116.80. Home and auto is $427.94. I'm going to be starting to work on my month ahead for all of my bills and expenses and debt and extra debt payments and all of that. So that brings me 500, 186, 35.50, 116.80, and 427.94. That makes my total outgoing for bills $1,266.24, and that is slightly over my 45% allocations, but that's okay. So when I take my 25.22 and I deduct 12.66.24, that leaves me a remaining balance of $1,255.76. And I don't write everything down because I am using my credit cards to pay for certain things, and then I pay those bills off. So like the credit one I use for groceries, so I don't allocate grocery money here. I just put it in a sinking fund and pay it when it's due. Okay, so my expense category, my baby child Chase, I give him $30 a pay period for him to get his whatever he wants. So that's $30. And then we're going to take that away from here. And then that leaves me with $1,225.76. And then over here, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pay my credit card off. I mean, not credit one, Capital One. And that's a balance of $276.21, and I'm going to make a payment of $276.21. And $276.21. So that leaves me $949.55. So what I do here, I'm not really worried about this part, because what I do is I take that money that's already in my high yield savings account. So I'm just going to put high yield savings account, and that was $382. And then my remaining income, or the balance, the remaining, I'm just going to put savings challenge. And that is $949. So 382. No. Ooh, I did that wrong. Okay, so my remaining is $949.55 minus the $382 that's already in my high yield savings account. So that gives me $567 to put in my savings challenges. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to figure this all out. So my total that I'll be putting into my sinking fund savings challenge, 382 and 567. So I get to play with $949. Okay, I hope I didn't totally screw that up and lose you guys. So, I was cash stuffing real money, have been for a while, but I live in a tornado alley, and every time a storm comes climbing up, I hate having to dig my binders out of my safe and take them to the cellar, because my safe is not real big. It's big enough, but if a substantial amount of tornado wind comes, it'll just take off with it. So I decided what I'm going to do going forward is put all of my real money in my high yield savings account. And what I did is all of my binders that I have created a vault in my savings account, household, or this is house number 2, this is household, this is personal, and this is going to be my sinking funds and savings challenges. So I created a vault according to all my binders. So when I make my budget, I can then go ahead and allocate those funds directly to where they're going. And I am now in the money printing business. So I've got $1,000, 500, 150, 20, 10, 5s, and 1s. So I'm going to be playing with fake money so that my real money is in my high yield savings account, earning interest, and it's safe away from tornadoes or fires or anything like that. So there is my paycheck budget for what's due for the month of April, and my paycheck budget for the week of March 20th through April 2nd. So I am going to get my money out. I'm going to get my binders out. I've got some things that I've got to move around. Since I did the swap over, I got to make sure all my bills are right. And then we will do a cash stuffing on the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the content today, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe, share, do all the things, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.